Hello? Is there going to be Bloonarius today? No, because we defeated Bloonarius yesterday.
What is Seagull doing?
Did you like Deathloop? I avoided the stream for spoilers, but I finally finished it. I enjoyed it. It was a little bit too easy, but I think that was also the point of the game, was to make it overly easy, because if you had to go through a bunch of really hard points over and over, the game would get very tedious. Is it too early to buy Cyberpunk? Because it's still broken. I don't know. Do you guys remember Cyberpunk? I remember. All right, chat, I'm gonna need you all to feed me Overwatch 2 links for the first time in a, I don't know, it's been a hot minute. We actually have things to watch, so it's a little bit weird. Stun lock time. I'm trying to get the stun lock out of the way early. It won't, it probably won't work, but we'll try. Oh, really? Is it here? That makes sense. I was like, wait, I don't know your username. I know most of the people who show up instantly on stream, like on the stream days or whatever, but we'll see. I don't know, man. Sup, chat? Stun lock as often as needed. Don't hold back for this one. A low stream. It's kind of dark in here. One second. Let me pump up the exposure on the cam, dude.
Shiny.
There we go. We're activated. What did you think of Overwatch League streamer? I mean, dude, they got 4-0'd. It's pretty rough. It's actually so bad. Holy fuck, they got rolled. It was the first time I've watched Overwatch in a long time, was like this past week. I had not watched any playoffs really until this last week. And Rain played so much better as a team that was not in the finals, and it had nothing to do with the Dragons. I think they just like fell apart mentally as a team before they even walked in. It was wild. They even played Rush better than Hanamura. They got counter-stratted. They just fell apart. It was sad. They just got like mentally boomed or something. Only the first season had decent finale. All others have been stomp or near stomp. Huh. Thoughts on the OW2 stuff? Hey, we're getting there. We're getting there, chat. We have some things to watch. Ugh. CC incoming, dude. D2R mod check. Hey, listen, Diablo will be there for the 100 people want to watch me play a 20-year-old game. One sec. React to Andy. Here we go. All right, chat. Which one do you guys want to watch first here? Okay, we got some options here, chat. We got some options. We have we got the Bastion rework, and then you have the Sombra rework. Which one? Wasn't impressed with what I saw. We're getting there, sleds. Epic orchestral music. Bastion. Let's go in order. We're gonna go in order. Did they wait? I think they showed Sombra first and then Bastion. Let me turn off captions. Okay, chat. Okay. First things first. Before we even get started, I'm already sunlocked. Chat. Does anyone else? If they right here also 13 on trending. Wow, Overwatch still gets views. Pog. Dude. Does anyone remember before the game came out? No one's gonna remember. This is like 6 years ago. There were videos posted of Overwatch heroes, like individual heroes, like spotlights, I think it was. And this reminds me a little bit of it. I'm very curious if their entire strategy before release is just drop like 1 or 2 of these every few months all the way to launch. I would not be surprised.
For Sombra's rework, we have some really important changes that can dramatically affect.
I know you, Goodman.
Overall, we are reducing her CC abilities.
See, I love this. The idea that the devs say, they walk in, they're like, yeah, we don't like CC. We want to reduce that.
And giving her more potential damage.
Let's start with changes to her hack ability. First, we significantly reduce the cooldown. Secondly,
what's the cooldown? 3 seconds. She still has 200 health. 3 seconds.
Significantly reduce.
Also, not a fan of the UI, but I think I don't like change.
Reduce the cooldown. Secondly, her hack now lasts 8 seconds, but now has 2 components to it. The first component of the ability works exactly like it does in Overwatch 1, disabling abilities. However,
it's just an interrupt. It's an interrupt on
now has been reduced.
How can you have an interrupt in the game on a 3-second cooldown?
1 second. The second component of hack is a brand new effect that reveals hack targets to Sombra and her team through walls, and it lasts the entire duration of the hack. In addition to that, her passive has gained the ability to do 50% more damage to hacked targets.
That's okay. Let's go in order here. Let's slow this down a little bit.
A new effect that reveals hacked targets to Sombra.
I do not like perma wall hacks on a player. I do not like this.
And her team.
All right, let's slow this down, dude. What's going on here? Why do we get perma wall hacks?
In addition,
like, does it really have to be permanent? And then, because of the uptime, chat, how it works is a 3-second hack. It's a 3-second. It's not permanent. It's 8 seconds. It's not a permanent wall hack on the enemy team, guys. It's just an 8-second duration when the ability has a 3-second cooldown. It's not permanent. I swear. Like, come on, guys, be real. You're basically at least one person on the enemy team at all times is gonna have a wall hack, right? That's how that works. It's kind of weird, right? Anyway, that's my inner Apex Legends bitching coming out, just because. Okay, look, I got some baggage I'm bringing into this video, chat. I'm gonna be honest, okay? Like, the other game that I used to play, they brought this one character named Seer in, and I got really upset for a solid week. And now we're here, and these guys are adding wall hacks too, and I'm just getting triggered.
Her passive has gained the ability to do 50% more damage to hacked targets.
50%'s a lot. I hope they tune that down. That's kind of bullshit. Also, if you're gonna make it so, okay, I don't know why I'm just like reacting in this way to this, but I genuinely, it feels okay. Let's watch. Just turn off the brain. Just watch.
Her ultimate ability, we tweaked it so it no longer removes all shields, but instead, it now just deals damage to enemies equal to 40% of their current health. Combined with her new passive effect, this gives her even more finishing.
So, question. So this is legitimately not as strong as EMP. This is a nerf, by the way, to her ultimate. Like, her ultimate was stronger than like half health to the whole enemy team. That's how strong Sombra's ult was before. The weird part is this also gives wall hacks on every target that she hits for 8 seconds, right?
Potential.
And it means that she's like a burst DPS.
An update that really leans into her character is that you can now hack while being in stealth mode. You are briefly revealed when hacking, but it no longer removes stealth completely.
See you later.
I like this.
In line with
I like the invis change. I'm okay with that. The only thing I find weird is the idea that she can permanently keep an enemy player on the other team wall hacked. But I mean, let's ignore all the tuning stuff for a sec, right? Like,
In addition to
permanent wall
that,
hacks is annoying, and then this damage seems really high, right? But like, no offense, this is kind of small stuff to care about number tuning this early in development as well. I say early in development because, well, actually, should I take that back? Like, apparently the next build of the Overwatch League is playing on Overwatch 2, so maybe I take that back. I don't know, dude. Early in balancing, yeah, like, okay, you've been doing balancing is usually one of the last things you do before a game, I think, that gets closer to launch, because they're probably like adding stuff and all that stuff, right? But
What is Seagull doing?
I wouldn't say perma walks, you'll hack once, sure, but then after that, they're probably either shooting or looking out for you, and breaking her hack isn't too hard if you're ready for it. No, because she's invis.
ultimate ability, we tweaked it so it no longer removes all shields, but instead, it now just deals damage to enemies equal to 40% of their current health. Combined with her new passive effect, this gives her even more finishing potential.
Lastly, an update you can now
Because she's,
hack
yeah, because she can hack while she's
but it
invis
no
now.
longer
Mr. X also said her detection range is 2 times now, so it's much easier to detect her. Wait, so like the bubble at which she comes revealed when you walk around? Grow your beard until Overwatch 2 comes out? No, I just look like a fucking idiot, and I already look like halfway to an idiot. I can't go full idiot. They up the radius from 2 to 4 meters. Huh. It does not hit shields, but it does destroy barriers. Important note. CS turnaround deleter if she's perma locking people. This isn't like you turn around delete people. It's a you can keep permanent wall hacks on people if you really care. And then also the 50% increase is nuts. Really, the core thing to take away from this chat is like they don't want Overwatch 2 to have CC. So they go, what should we do with Sombra? And then they went, let's make her an assassin, right? The Sombra is essentially going to be in your, like, chat, in this current tuning that they have in this video, right? If you get hacked, the Sombra now has nano. It's the same damage amp. Like, that's pretty insane, right? Because they said 50% more damage. I'm pretty sure that's what nano's damage is, right? But only for 1 second. No, Cosby. That's not how it works. That's for 8 seconds. So whoever Sombra has... Well, also, the weird thing is, and I don't know if you guys noticed this, but it's a little bit weird because when she's shooting people, her damage and spread is different than live. Someone could probably look through the... You could actually check and see the exact health values and go frame by frame to determine the new spread and the new damage. And so they might be tuning Sombra so that she is, generally speaking, weaker. But then if she hacks someone, she is like a tracer against you, right? Or she's like, obviously you can see right there, she's like shredding this Winston, but obviously this is like a Winston, but no headshots. I think it's funny also, they're like, wait, they're like, whatever you do, do not headshot the Winston. Check the links, streamer. All right, I'm on it. One sec. Checking. 1 sec. Let me open this over on the other monitor just in case I'm getting baited. All right, we're safe. Coming back. Oh yeah, machine pistol. Damage reduced from 8 to 7. Spread reduced by 20%. So mid-range Sombra, if you get hacked, is fucking terrifying. Right? Stealth. Fade in time reduced by 50%. Is that the animation that is happening after, let's say you're an invis and you just hold left click? Is that the fade in animation that plays? So she now comes out of stealth 50% faster? Or is it fade in like fading into stealth? That'd be fade out. Okay. That's true. That'd be fade out. She goes into stealth faster. Oh, wow, going into stealth faster is weird, but that makes sense because they want the radius to be increased from 2 to 4. Well, if the radius is increased from 2 to 4, it'd actually be a lot easier now to find Sombra when she's running around. So she's going to have a harder time getting past your backline or just moving around the map. Yeah, this is a pretty big rework. A nerd on Reddit calculated DPS with hack. It's 210 DPS without headshots. Okay, that sounds like a lot, but I don't remember all the DPS when it comes to most things in Overwatch after a year of not playing the game. I want to say that's pretty high. Tracer is 240. Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything because you guys are comparing Tracer spread to Sombra spread, where her spread was just reduced, right? And Tracer also has fall off, does she not? Or is it just... That's been so long. Either way, it's hard to like one-to-one weapon DPS like that because of they both have fall off. But okay, but they just reduced the spread, so they're trying to make it like mid-range. And we're comparing Overwatch 1 Tracer, Overwatch 2 Sombra, which is faulty already. No. We're not comparing for the sake of comparing. We're comparing for the sake of getting a feel for the weapon. Sombra's 15 meters, Tracer's 13 meters. 7 or 8 over 8 plus 1.5 is equals 31% damage buff. Oh, so like 31% damage buff compared to live right now, assuming you're shooting a target. I mean, you can just get a good feel from it. I don't like getting a good feel for that because of the armor in the front. Once you choose through the armor, obviously it's kind of juicy, but I don't think it's worth comparing too much into getting too like far into specifics here because it's just the nature of it. I think it's actually more important because you don't know the other probably, I don't know, like 6 to 10 new characters I'm going to assume they're probably adding. It kind of feels like they just want Sombra to be one of the premier dive DPS. Where she hacks a target in your backline and then it's like nothing personnel kid and she just fucking backstabs you. Right? No one likes assassins except for the players playing them. Yeah, I think Sombra's going to be super obnoxious just because of that. I'm guessing one new character, lol. Okay, guys. Come on. The ability to lock out only lasting 1 second feels like a big nerf. I mean, it's a nerf to her CC, but a buff to the character, I think. Right? They're trying to... You have like a total amount of like power to a character, and all of it was in the CC, and they said, wow, Overwatch, we get CC'd a lot. And we're like, all right, let's go over here and we'll make her actually good. Aaron said a few new characters for Overwatch League. That's for Overwatch League, guys. That's not for launch. There's a difference. If you guys just go back in time to when they stopped producing content, they were traditionally making 3 new characters a year, right? Echo was the last character added. She was supposed to come out BlizzCon 2019, I think, and she was put out early 2020, right? So if you just assume that means effectively that they didn't make a new character in 2020 or 2021, 3 characters per year, that's minimum 6 characters. That's what I would consider to be the absolute minimum, right? Copium? Why are you guys spamming Copium? Holy shit. Pandemic did happen though. That's true, but we'll see. You got to keep in mind, I said 6 characters minimum, not assuming like they would release any in the next year. They'll probably have a few, but not 6. I would personally assume at least 6. Didn't they hire more developers? Yeah, they more than doubled the dev team for Overwatch 2 as well. The copium, this is why I hate the internet. Oh god, dude. Do you think not having any new characters 2 years helped balancing a lot? Yeah, I mean, if you guys watch the Overwatch League playoffs and stuff, there's a ton of different metas and like comps being used on a map to map basis, and that's just because nothing new happens. They could actually sit there and balance out the game. I mean, imagine being the person at Blizzard balancing Overwatch, and then suddenly Brig walks in. It's like, oh shit, like she's got a fucking nuke. Get down, you know? Guerrilla Fighter. Thank you. Team-oriented skill gameplay will be dated by 2022. What does that mean? Okay, dude. All right, let's move on, chat. We've established that Sombra's, I enjoy the difference that they're trying to make in Overwatch. And also, I'm also a little bit pessimistic about some things, but let's move on to Bastion first. I love Bastion. He's cool.
Bastion is getting a big rework for Overwatch 2, and the team is really excited about his changes.
Look-wise, we updated and modernized his appearance with the use of sleeker, more modern materials. We also gave him a hat to help him stand out and to add an extra touch.
He just has a hat. Like, dude, when an Overwatch League on the stream, dude, the first thing they show, it's like, oh my god, it's fucking Bastion. It's a rework. It's time. What are they doing? And then immediately they're just like, you got a hat. Dude, I lost it, bro. I was just like, are you trolling? This is the first info you release in like fucking years about Bastion. You're just like, he has a hat. I'm like, you're fucking trolling. Stop.
For starters, he no longer has his self-repair button at all. It's just gone. Instead,
okay, let's move on to gameplay. Catering to TF2, yeah, like Gaben approves. Man. Okay, just the idea though that, one of the first things they show in that time frame is like, oh yeah, dude, Bastion's got a hat. It was so funny because I feel like it's just so much, it's like the perfect image of how much Blizzard has shit the bed with Overwatch 2's marketing, where most people have no fucking clue what this game is. No one knows what they're doing at PvE. I would say the current gaming industry as a whole views Overwatch 2 as a balance patch, right? And so then you go into this and they're just like, but we have a hat. And I'm just going, oh no, what are you guys doing?
ability that's bound to alternate fire. This ability fires a...
Anyway, let's cut this back a little bit. Because it's not. We'll get into that.
Has his self-repair button at all.
First things first, chat. They removed his self-repair, which I find very cool.
It's just gone. Instead,
because it's another indicative, it's a more indicators of the path that Blizzard wants to kind of take Overwatch 2, which is, I'm hoping, as they did near the end of Overwatch 1's life cycle, right? Less heal spamming, less CC,
has
stuff like that.
Brand new ability that's bound.
You can't see that side streamer? I mean, he said it.
This ability.
Also, the icons don't matter, chat. Some of them are literally scatter arrows. So if my camera's there, I'm sorry. Let's talk about the abilities.
Alternate fire. This ability fires a projectile.
Did you see how much that guy got booped?
This ability fires a...
Oh, man. It was stuck to him when he got booped. All right, I need to move my cam now so you guys see ammo. One sec. Now look at this. 16 ammo, right? No CC, by the way. Okay, guys, there's a difference in CC versus like little shit like this. Chat, this, if you guys see that knockback right there, that knockback is the same as old Pharaoh rockets. Do you guys remember? Where it used to be you just get shot and you just be like, ooh, just go fucking flying.
A projectile that can bounce off of walls and stick to players, and it does a ton of damage, has a really big radius, it's super fun to fire. His recon form weapon has changed significantly as well. It now has no spread at all, but has reduced fire rate to compensate. This lets him poke at much longer ranges and play a little more like a pseudo sniper, kind of like his recon form theme is always kind of meant to be.
So they want Bastion. Okay.
Completely change it.
I'll let you guys watch it first before I go full pause mode.
Artillery mode.
You then get to choose 3 points to call down an artillery strike anywhere on the map within the ability's time limit.
Now finally, something we think you'll all be excited about. While in Sentry form, Bastion can now move, albeit at a reduced movement speed.
I love he just comes out of the fucking camera. There's like, look at him go.
This lets us keep it super strong since you can't use it all the time.
Okay. There is much to talk about, chat. Let us scroll back. All right, let us scroll back.
So going through Bastion's abilities, what repair button at all.
All right, so no
This is
self repair. We already talked about that.
Instead,
Thank God.
He now has a brand new ability that's bound to alternate fire. This ability fires a
So chat, currently when he shot this right click, I don't see a cooldown go off in the bottom right.
this ability fire
And it looks like it took 4 ammo. So is this just something the Bastion can spam and it gets stuck to people? If so, why would I ever play Junkrat?
fire. This ability fires a projectile.
Because then I could just right click and it'll bounce around and hit things as a Junkrat when I want to spam. But then I also have a hit scan,
that can
right? Which goes over here.
It has ranges and play
And they said very specifically,
poke at much longer ranges and play a little more like a pseudo sniper.
play like a pseudo sniper, right? Where you can probably contest. I mean, you can literally see the Bastion contesting and like shooting people over here, right?
Recon.
And it has like a low rate of fire and stuff like that.
What is Seagull doing?
Junkrat is pretty much the same, by the way. Well, wait, what? I don't know what you're saying, but what I'm arguing is, you know, it fulfills this. It takes the Junkrat grenade launcher and then goes, well, now we can also shoot people long range. And then we also have 3 Doomfist ults and we have a turret. it's like, oh shit, what the fuck's going on? It seems like a much shorter range. What, the right click?
This ability
I don't think so, man. Look at the bounce speed on this. Right? It looks like it might be more of a, like, dude, you're saying it has a short range. Look at how far that, dude, he could bounce it off that and hit over here. If he just shot it down mid, could he bounce it off the ground and hit by that car over there? You know? When are they going to add an economy and a bomb? Okay, Valorant is over there. It did not use ammo on this one. Well, okay. Chat, there's certain timings. So this time it didn't use ammo, but this is a cut. This is a cut, chat, which I find interesting. So right here, as the Bastion didn't use ammo here when he right clicked. It didn't use ammo here, but then they cut to a new one. So are we kind of assuming? I don't know. We have no idea what Bastion's alt fire is. If it currently has a cooldown, if it bounces off, or sorry, if it's based off of ammo or anything. We have no idea. Maybe the UI for it isn't implemented. Yeah, it could be like this could just be a cooldown, which in that case, that's really interesting. And I'm down to like try and finish targets as a cooldown grenade. That's cool. Why is Blizzard so into making Bastion a thing ever since the beta reworks and all? Why? I just want to know why. Oh, because people, unfortunately, when they put shit characters into the game like OG Bastion and OG Torb that are like thematically the coolest heroes in the game, in my opinion, people can pick them and then troll if they're shit. So they have to actually make them viable characters, right? I check the tweet. Oh, wait, is this another overall tweet thing? All right, 1 sec. Let me see this. All ability updates coming to Bastion OW2. Let's see. What do we got here? Tactical grenade. Oh, so this might just be an ability where the UI isn't finished yet, like you guys were saying. All right, let me go back. Oh, you can see it. Wait, we were totally wrong. We weren't paying attention. Right here, we can see it. This looks like a grenade right here, right? But because, oh my God, I understand how they got this clip now. Chat, when they started to record this clip, they just spawned a bunch of bots. Compare the icon. Yeah, and then they turned off cooldowns. So that way they could like record a bunch of footage and use whatever they wanted. And we have 2 buttons here. This one's going to be reconfigure. One of them's going to be, this is very clearly, that's balls icon. Like, it looks, I don't know, like one of these will probably end up being the grenade, right?
Instead, he now has a brand new ability
That icon is the ball configure icon. Don't worry about the actual icon itself. I think it's more important just to realize that if the character has 2 cooldown buttons in the bottom right, but he only has 1 ability, that means that the grenade is also a new ability. I think.
There's a
Which also makes sense is why it hits so fucking hard. And that they're in no cooldown mode in a custom game. Yeah, that's what I think. That's what I think. Yeah. So anyway. He does literally say a new ability. Well, I guess, yeah, if I take it like exactly, if I start looking at the words.
no longer has his self-repair button at all. It's just gone. Instead, he now has a brand new ability that's bound to alternate fire.
Yeah, it's I heard the alternate fire part of that. But yeah, he does say brand new ability. When he said alternate fire, my brain focused completely on alt fire. See, will you watch the show match? Am I allowed to watch the show match or do I get banned? I guess it's been a day, so I'm allowed, right? Am I? I think I'm allowed. He said bound to alternate fire. Yeah. I think you get what I'm saying. After it's streamed, you're fine. Okay. As long as it's not live, you should be good. No, because technically they're doing their restream, so you'll get banned. But dude, I don't know how this shit works. Am I allowed to watch it or not? Anyway, let's look over more of the Bastion stuff. Reconfigure. Bastion's transformation between 2 primary combat modes now has an 8-second duration and 10-second cooldown. Remove self-repair. Grenade. Shoots attack grenade. It detonates at a short delay and knocks back any enemies it strikes. It bounces off walls, sticks to enemies and floors. So you cannot bounce it off the ground. Interesting. Grenades explode shortly after they stick to an enemy or floor. And then, of course, let's go over to the actual basic weapon. Fire rate reduced 50%. Fall off range increased. Weapon spread 0. So the Bastion just has perfect accuracy, small shooting. The Bastion will now be able to shoot your Widowmaker across the map, and the Widowmaker will be extremely upset. Configuration Sentry can now move while firing at a reduced move speed, unlimited ammo, but the damage has been reduced by 40%, which is good. So they just want it to be an actual cooldown. And then Artillery mode. Bastion locks to the ground, unleashes powerful melee target. They also said, by the way, in the Q&A when they showed this, that not only... Well, let's look at it here, right? So we've established now that this is a tactical grenade that bounces off the wall. It has a cooldown, all that good stuff. The UI just either wasn't done or they're in a custom game, which is why I thought it was the ammo. And now... Oh, it did get stuck to the ground there too as he shot it, and it goes boom. It does good damage.
His recon form weapon has changed significantly as well. It now has no spread at all. Poke at much longer ranges and play a little more like a pseudo sniper, kind of like his...
You could probably actually figure out the exact damage and the fall off from this, I think.
First, ends it up. He no longer has this tank mode. He instead goes into a new
Points.
So chat, this looks like Doomfist UI because it is. But the interesting thing is what they said in the Q&A is that it's an actual projectile that comes from the roof of anything that you're in. And so a Genji can actually deflect it and a Diva can eat it, which I find fucking wild. You see it right there? It's an actual projectile that comes from the skybox. And if the Genji was there, the Genji could deflect it. There's also a Riptire ult icon. Oh, well, yeah, like all that's work in progress, guys. Does that mean it's useless inside? I don't know. They did say that you can be shielded. So, like, if you see it coming, the Ryan can just shield up and block it. That ult is going to cause problems different levels of the map, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know how it works. I would assume it just goes through... I would assume it goes through any roof. It seems like a shit ult. Well, no, because you would just have to deflect into the air, though. Not really. You could deflect it forward if you're good, I think, because the hitbox is big enough. I would assume it works indoors. There's no way it doesn't work indoors. Doomfist can't ult inside, though. No, Doomfist. Wait, what? Hello, yeah, he does.
Shiny.
And then they made it also each direct hit does 600 damage. Well, yeah, but that doesn't. Chat, if you get directed by this thing that's like. There's literally a fucking air siren playing with like a 2.5 second landing time or whatever, dude. there's no possible way that you know you are gonna be able, like, okay, you guys can see this on the right side, right? The graphic for this is not finished, but there is going to be how they describe it in the Q&A is there, it comes from the sky, everything works on it, so you can like deflect it, you can eat it, you can block it, and then on top of that it has impact damage. So if you get hit directly by it, it hits you for 300 damage because it's a fucking artillery shell coming from the skybox with like a 2-second, like, you know it's coming, dude. And on top of that, they said the explosion has another 300 damage. They said it's 600 direct. No, I thought it was 300 direct, 300 splash. Maybe you guys are right. Either way, I think if you're hit directly, I think you guys are right, actually. I don't remember the number off the top of my head now. It is 300, 306 in total. Okay. Essentially, chat, if you're anybody in the game and you tank an artillery shell straight on, you're dead. That's what they want it to be like, because it has like a very long telegraph, has all this other stuff, and has a long windup. The funny thing that the dev said was because it comes from the sky, you can technically airshot a Pharaoh with it, which I find fucking hilarious. I was like thinking of just like, dude, imagine like a little Pharaoh just flying around and you just hear fucking air siren. You look up, there's a fucking just nuclear bomb, just like just fucking air shots you out of the sky. Like, what the fuck? It'd be hilarious. And you know it's gonna happen. Like, someone's gonna have a clip with that. 100%, it will happen. Zarya ult combo. Oh yeah, I mean, there's like basic stuff like an ult combo. In reality, I think most of the time, chat, no one's ever pretty much is going to ever be hit by it directly unless you're in the sky. That'd just be random. No one's ever really going to be hit by. I would assume it's just going to be mostly zoning, and then also the splash damage on this total circle is 300 damage, but they said it has fall off coming from the center. And so that just means like if I just spam all three into the back line back to back or one Zen, like the Zen is going to be dancing around. The Zen will probably not even die unless like I predict where they're going. It almost reminds me a little bit of a, how do I put this? A top-down version of Sova ults from Valorant. The idea that you have 3 shots and you might be able to actually try and hit somebody with all 3, but as a long telegraph, right? And you can sort of try and predict where they're going and be like, boom, boom. So that way they're forced to go into the second one and stuff like that. That could be interesting. 50% of the next 5 years of our Overwatch clips will now be this ultimate. I mean, I don't know if our Overwatch, like, the community in general for Overwatch is a very strange place, chat. Like, seriously, if you go to just any place on the internet, it's just very odd.
What is Seagull doing?
But anyway, so we've covered the ultimate. It's basically a Doomfist ult, but deflectable, all this other stuff, and it's going to be a lot more interesting.
Will this rework play out as an anti-Orisa comp meta?
I have no idea. There's going to be like another 10 characters by that point, like 5 reworks. I don't think anyone knows what's happening. I don't like to think about the meta stuff nearly as much because I think thinking about anything meta related is a complete waste of time. Our Overwatch still posts Diva Bomb clips. It's 2021. There's no way they do. Jeff said the same thing. I can force positioning and then you'd be able to predict the next hit. Huh. Anyway, let's move on. I'm just trying to think. Did they really? 2021? Didn't get the term Reddit Lucio from nothing. The targeting during the showcase is pretty fast too. Oh yeah, I mean, I would like to watch a showcase in a little bit. This fucking clip is so funny, dude.
Form Bastion can now move. Albeit at a reduced movement. While Sentry Form Bastion can now move.
He's so fast.
Albeit at a reduced movement.
He's
speed.
so speedy.
While Sentry Form Bastion can now move. Albeit at a reduced
Oh god, dude.
movement speed. We've also kept it super strong since you can't use it all the time.
I like this a lot. This is cool. At its core, chat, there's a lot of weirdness when it comes to reworking characters like Bastion, because We kind of felt this with Torb a little bit, and also with the OG Mercy. A character may have fundamental flaws to the design of the build or the design of the character and how it's built, but if you fix them, then the OG players who loved those heroes, they kind of lose what they used to play to some extent. Like this is an actual honest to God character now, not just a cheese, right? It's a little bit weird to think that our young Bastion, who was just a memer, that people would stream snipe me and they would go Bastion on my team, and then they'd be like, I'm not throwing, by the way. You know, that's like, I'm not a thrower, don't report me. I just like going Bastion, you know. I'm just flanking the enemy spawn. Why'd you report me? Piece of shit competitive player. Bet you fucking pros, meta slaves, huh? Flanking Bastion is an honest strategy. You know, it's like, whoa, relax. You know, but now they can do that. And it's like an honest character. Bastion's gonna run around. He's got a hat, dude. I can't wait to unlock the Sentry does 40% more damage but can't move PvE talent. Yeah, true. In my opinion, it's a good rework because it keeps the essence of Bastion. I don't think it keeps the essence of Bastion at all, because Bastion, how it worked was you are set up and you just, that your entire team plays around you, and if they don't, then you automatically lose, right? Now it's a character that has a little bit of right click spam, right? Via a cooldown grenade to do poke as the recon form that is to use to actually be a hit scan at mid to long range and pressure people long range. And then on top of that, the Sentry form is now a cooldown based ability where they cut the damage in half, and it has a 10-second cooldown, but it lasts for 8 seconds. And also infinite ammo, if you guys notice here on the bottom right, which means that they can probably shred a shield with it, right? So in reality, how I'd probably play Bastion is like, while the grenade is on cooldown, well, can you use the grenade in this form as well? Ooh, okay, maybe, I don't know. We'll see. I just checked the Overwatch subreddit. The second post of the week is literally a diva bomb with 13,000 upvotes. Are those people real? Overwatch is such a strange community. I don't know how to think about it, because as a big casual player base, yeah, I mean, also wait, now it's too bright on the webcam. I just looked over and saw myself in the corner, getting kind of weird. The reason I say you should check the Overwatch post on r/games. I know what the average person thinks about Overwatch, but you just had too many fat diva bombs in your life. You can't relate to us peasants. Well, no, it's just, I don't know, man. It's like the perfect, is it really surprising to anyone that if the community is that casual, that Overwatch would abandon the PvP player base for years to go make a PvE game? Is it really that surprising? He said top for the week, Aluminium. Casuals love PvE. Yeah. They stop all updates for PvP. They go work on... And there's also the interview with Aaron Keller where they literally talk about that. And they say, yeah, they're going to have PvE and a full in-game and all this because Overwatch has a large audience that isn't interested in the competitive game. I don't know. I wasn't casual in Overwatch. The only reason I might buy Overwatch 2 is PvE. Well, I think that's true for everyone because buying Overwatch 2 only gives you PvE. Oh, God. It sucks for the competitive people, but it feels nice to be personally catered to. Yeah, I think I'm just extremely interested in the PvE stuff. Way more than anything else. Watch Overwatch 2 gameplay. Link me. I'm ready. Wait, I see a bad Pachimari clip. Wait, I gotta load this one. 1 sec. That guy's a memer. What are we at? Wait, devs really said.
cruise missile launch detected.
True. Fucking true.
Enemy cruise missile launch detected.
Absolutely true, dude. Add a single gameplay.
Look at the size of that thing.
DVA as a hero is the epitome and represents our innocence. Rise and fall and blow up in your face.
Oh, it looks like GameSpot like re-uploaded the original footage. From the Overwatch League VOD. Maybe they cut it out all up so it actually shows it. Wait, let me see it. I can't believe I'm turning into a React streamer in the current year. Reacting was the play, dude. Back in my day, in like 2018, man, I didn't want to become a React streamer, but here we are. Full Overwatch 2 push map gameplay with pro players with commentary. So, before we even get too far into this, by the way, I'm going to mute it a little bit just so I can like skip through it myself. I think it's important to realize that like this is not like a pro team playing. This is what is essentially a scuffed rank game, right? These are all people who are just hard memeing, dicking around, trying out everything for the first time. And it feels very weird. A pro pug? Yeah, it's a pro pug. It has tons of dislikes, lol. Wait, 700 dislikes. Sebastian got Doom ult and Winston got Hanzo scatter arrow. Game is clearly more aggro. Why am I reading YouTube comments? Oh no. Let me get me out of here. Going back up. All Overwatch, they all have a bunch of dislikes.
You know, being able to get right towards that.
The Sombras are just walking by each other, dude.
Control and maneuver himself. You got that power.
We can actually kind of see the geography of how this map pushes out right now. I don't think we've seen a lot of this map when it comes to actual footage. Is it go like this? I think it does.
Coming out of the spawn, right? I know, being able to get right towards that choke and the double fire strike. So some change.
2 fire strikes. So yeah, the double fire strike, the Rhine cancel charge.
As we get to the mix. So this is a pretty deadly area of the map, right?
See, the issue I have with showing Overwatch gameplay in this fashion is that it's just different enough to piss off a lot of the casual OG player base, but not different enough to convince people outside of the game that it isn't a bounce patch. Like if you showed me this picture at a glance, I'd be like, yeah, that's Overwatch. Like, I don't even think it's Overwatch 2 immediately, right off the top of my head. But then you see like bastions rolling around and like they have like grenades flying around and shit, and it pisses, I guarantee you it pisses off some weird people on the internet. Immediately an on a grenade into fire strikes, dude. That guy could have double fire striked him. Immortality field still in the game. Feels bad, man. Please remove devs.
But I mean, the fact that you can move around and have that Gatling gun potential. Now, also the primary.
It's also only the old characters. Yeah, also true. Also true.
Okay. Different. Yeah. Right? Yeah, it's really.
He's like, wait, who am I hacking? Dude, I like how many people, dude. Oh man. Oh, I mean, double click. Goodbye. Goodbye. This just looks at its core, you know, not too different from Overwatch gameplay we've already seen. I'm much more interested in whatchamacallit. Someone goes Junkrat. Oh shit, is there anything changed with Junkrat? Surprise more Overwatch? Well, that's the point, right? You want like a more refined Overwatch, but my only concern is I worry about like the long form of I don't know what it looks like to the general gaming community who may not care about Overwatch. They look at this, they're like, oh yeah, it just looks like more Overwatch with 5 people now. And I don't know how they're gonna change that opinion of people. And they're saying they're talking about how people aren't getting ults as fast, but I mean, it's been like one team fight, and I mean, most people have ults. I don't think you can. Yeah, I don't think you can convince those people either. Most of the people who are interested will be for the PV aspect. I agree on that too. Oh god, let's just scroll back to watch how this team fight starts, dude. Space comes around the corner, immediately shatters. Like, wait, the guy can just walk away because apparently there's this little nook here he didn't know existed. Then Birdering walks and he's like, I'm playing Genji in the current year. Let's go. Oh, look at the hack. Watch his health when the EMP goes down. Waiting. 80 health gone. I actually think I'd rather lose 80 health like that than ever get EMP'd for like 10 seconds long, dude. Oh, man. I like the new Sombra to not just immediately fall over. And he leaves. 40% max HP does 40% of your current health. Oh, sorry. I got it confused because I think they talked about how they wanted Sombras to use it mostly when they were whatchamacallit, initiating a fight to be, and they want to have that like effectiveness as a team fight initiator, I think. Most of the difference I've seen in the gameplay so far has little to do with the 5v5 aspect, I feel, but more about the game type of just push, right? You're pushing big boy here and the objective and going back and forth. And so this game, and due to the spawn locations and everything, just feels like a massive death match, right?
It didn't take long after winning the fight for Team 2 to be back in control of the objective, and now they're starting to move their barricade.
It's like, wait, I can turn too much. He taps D and just immediately turns far too long. Oh yeah, and for those who was wondering why Space didn't block, watch. If you just go, he got hacked right here. That's why poor Space couldn't block. Feels bad. The 1 second interrupt got him.
Space on down, looks for Assassin who's sleeping in. Birdering's gonna go for the blade here. That's one, that's two.
I wonder if ults matter a little bit less because you have so many team fights that happen on this map in this game mode, where if you're fighting so often, maybe ults matter a little bit less in general.
Just the aggression and fast pace you can play.
1 second interrupt. Oh god.
Kills with a dragon blade. A fight being for a very long time. Here's the Bastion ult.
See, you can see right there how fast he drops all three. Right? Boom, boom, boom. If you just do all three on one guy, dude, they're gonna have to actually have some creative jukes to get the fuck out. Genji was hacked but could still double jump. Well, no, the hack was only 1 second to interrupt the deflect, then he could double jump after. EMP. The easy EMP, just it feels so strange, I think, to see so many players have this very large hack effect, which is borrowed from Overwatch 1. It's literally the same exact particle effect brought into Overwatch 2, but they're not hacked anymore, right? It just means that you have perma wall hacks on everyone, and also that the Sombra does more damage. This actively makes me not want to play Overwatch 2. Wait, why? Now I'm curious. To me, the problem I have with showing the game off in this fashion is that I think it doesn't, I'm sort of repeating what I said earlier, it doesn't effectively show the differences enough. And it kind of just almost makes you feel like, oh, this just looks like Overwatch 1, but with 5 people. You know, why do I care about Overwatch 2? And I think that'll naturally fall apart more as people get more information about the the PV modes and everything relating to that, because I think that's the real meat of Overwatch 2 that I'm mostly interested in. All of this stuff, the cynical part of me thinks, right, when it comes to, so what are the differences? As an outsider, how does this differ from a League of Legends balance patch on a new season? Yep, that is exactly the type of thing that I was kind of bringing up. I feel like it's, in many ways, that will be the general consensus of what people think, right?
And I think it's because there's the sounds of the guns.
And sure, us hardcore Overwatch players, like, no offense, I think, but if you end up in my stream like 3.5 years after I used to be a pro player in Overwatch, you're probably pretty in tune with the Overwatch scene, one way or another. Us competitive like people who are more oriented towards the audience in that fashion of like understanding like the more nuances and everything else of Overwatch, a lot of this stuff might be more interesting to us, but to the general gaming community, I don't see how they get convinced from this type of gameplay. I actually came here for Apex. Okay, sorry. I haven't played that in a while. I'm sorry. Holy shit, that Sombra damage is fucking terrifying, by the way. Also, am I in full? Yeah, I'm in full quality. Okay. I think they're this cut.
Matt, I noticed the sound playing when one of your teammates is eliminated, like what we hear in knockout elimination or lockout, excuse me.
72, by the way.
Look at the EMP. Look at the percent health damage on Mag. He gets.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna take that for real because of the debuffs and all that. You get credit for just for doing anything.
Knockout elimination or lockout, excuse me. Look at the EMP. Look at the percent health damage on Mag.
I don't know if he did that much damage to closer. The damage right there, I think, is the easiest showing of how much damage Sombra can do during an EMP at mid range.
Look at the EMP. Look at the percent.
Not on this guy. On this, is it Genji going up? Right? Is that like 3/4 health? Immediately falls over. Oh wait, it did look like at the end he got shot by an Ana. So we'll have to see more gameplay of the Sombra POVs. Oh, right there. Never mind, that's an easier one right here.
Like an offensive powerhouse, right? You kind of look at players who play
misses like half the bullets on the tracking of the AD strafe and still just shreds, but I don't know. We'll see.
Now it is just way more of kind of almost like playing
less spread, less damage for bullets, extra ammo on hacks, right? Yeah. Well, I don't know about the extra ammo, but it's just a ton of damage.
That yellow line represents the enemy.
Sombra started at 15% after she ulted.
We hear in knockout elimination.
Wait a minute.
Kind of like Overwatch.
Matt, I noticed the sound playing when one of your teammates
that
eliminated.
chatter is very interesting.
Knockout elimination or
note that she doesn't actually get anything back when she's shooting anybody while people are ulted. I'm going to assume that's either a bug or because, yeah, now she's at 23. Now the EMP is effectively over. So she's getting ultimate back at a regular rate. Why is it at 15% instead of 0? Did she get ult back per character she hit? Because of the damage of her ultimate? Oh, maybe?
The sound playing when one of your teammates is eliminated, like what we hear in
1, 2, 3.
knockout elimination or lockout, excuse me. Look at the EMP. Look at the percent health damage on Mag.
No, because this guy was hacked too. That's 4, right? Or wait, was that the Genji who dashed at the start? Wait, I gotta go back. Oh yeah, this is the Genji who dashed. Yeah. So Genji, 1, 2, right? The Genji dash is out. The Rein's hit, and the Mercy has walls too. Yeah, it's 3. Look at the top, by the way. Wait, am I fucking dumb right now? This UI looks so... Chat, how do you read... Just by the way, really quick. Chat, how do you guys read anything on this UI and how the scuff to the stream is? Or this, like, restream? Like, I can't read anything up top.
Yeah, and it just makes Sombra like an offensive powerhouse, right?
I agree with Mr. X. It does make Sombra... it's the direction of the game they want to take, right? The direction being... They want Sombra to be not CC based, but more of an assassin. And so she fills that role, right? The Sombra is gonna end up behind you. She's gonna hack you from stealth, and then in a few seconds you're gonna get fucking dove on and exploded. Guarantee it's probably what's gonna happen. What do you think about the UI in general? I mean, I don't like to think about UI changes too much for the simple fact that like any change is naturally bad. And I would have to play it to see how I felt about it. Because I just don't like change. At a glance, I don't like the new ultimate circle thing in the bottom middle. And... Wait, Elu in chat says, unfinished and finished Blizzard UI is almost always immaculate. Yeah, I'm not too worried about it. It's more of a polish thing that happens as development just continues onward. So... Suddenly 20 ults appear, everybody's getting EMP'd left and right. See, okay, this is the perfect clip of what I'm trying to describe, right? The idea that, you know, Overwatch 2 is essentially just the sequel to Overwatch 1, and so at its core it's still just a whole lot of people slamming those Qs. Like, what the fuck is going on? That's core Overwatch right there. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I mean, I do. I play Overwatch. I know, but like, I don't know what. I really want to see the PvE stuff. The PvE stuff, I think, is going to be the main draw of new players to the Overwatch franchise. Oh god. Oh yeah, Reaper exists. Feels good, man. Birdering. I like the idea and the direction they're taking the game. The idea of just less CC, more fights, more deathmatchy, a little bit more flanks. I think Space in the interview talked about how the game felt more DPS centric because there's less tanks to obviously keep you around. I think they're overstating the replayability. I simply don't think it's going to be that good. Talking about PV. It's hard to say until we play it.
You don't have to circumvent to go play for a, static objective like a control or something like that. There's so many.
Are you gonna play New World? I don't know yet.
Obviously, the robot will take long to get back to the barricade. You can take numerous fights in different areas.
I think it's gonna be weird going between PV and PV because the special abilities heroes that we'll get that are PV only, for example, 360 Shatter. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of stuff.
You don't necessarily always want to fight.
I think there's a lot of stuff to talk about when it comes to PV versus PvP that I don't know how you really talk about because we don't know enough. But didn't they say initially Overwatch is going to be more like Destiny, but Bungie beat them to it, so they pivoted? No, because I think back then they were working on Titan. And so in that era, I think Overwatch came out of Titan, right? And so Titan was this massive MMO they worked on internally at Blizzard that was worked on for so many years until they finally like canceled the project. And Overwatch was the fastest game they ever made. I remember hearing that early on at Blizzard, that Overwatch was one of the fastest games they've ever made because they just took all the assets from Titan and they did it in like less than 2 years or something, which is insane. Badger says Space has something about Decay Widow at the start of the live stream, so I think there's more gameplay test footage that they haven't yet aired. This is probably the most even match they played that day. That makes sense. Our team of like 50 people or something? Unreal. Yeah, the Overwatch team early on was only like 50 people, 50, 60, I want to say. Maybe not that low. Maybe it's more like less than 100, I think.
Right, so there on the score, you can actually see where Team 2 need to get to win the round. You can't draw this really at all, right? Unless TWO never moves, so I guess that is one situation.
It'd be difficult, and you jinx us if it did.
EMP for 3. TWO just hanging out.
Do you expect Overwatch 2 PvP to be free for everyone or just Overwatch 1 players? Chad, does anyone... I really don't see a world where... Look, I just got rolled. There's a really weird... The industry has changed so much, chat, in the last, I don't know, 5 years. They cut, wait. Ilana says they cut the Titan team down to 60 senior level developers when Titan was canceled. Jeff Kaplan mentioned this a long time ago. 60 senior devs is a lot of dev strength still. Huh. I had no idea about the senior part about that. But what I was going to say was, it's really weird to think that Overwatch 1 launched in 2016, right? And then a year later, PUBG blows up a battle royale, and then that same year, a little bit like late 2017, Fortnite launches. Early 2018, Fortnite blows up. About 2 years after Overwatch's launch in 2016 to early 2018, the entire gaming industry is fundamentally changed by the nature of Fortnite and how fast they're pumping out content, right? Like you want every game now is expected to have, this all feels like forever ago. It does, doesn't it? Until you realize that Overwatch came out like 5.5 years ago. Not 5.5, but somewhere after 5 years. And so everyone now expects and demands in the online, like if you have a PvP game that is like Overwatch, you are directly competing, I would say, against every other FPS game. So that would include BRs, just because of the nature. I would say you're directly competing against Apex. I think Apex Legends is the most, like, the number one competitor to Overwatch in terms of gameplay, right? That idea of a little bit fast-paced gameplay with some abilities is a very easy transition, especially for a lot of Overwatch players, which is why the Apex scene had so many competitive Overwatch players early on. And then the other most common competitors to Overwatch in the current era, probably the non-battle royales. So you have like Valorant, right? And what do all of these games have in common? Just go look at literally any of the most popular PvP shooters, right? Warzone, Fortnite, even PUBG Mobile, but not in NA. Apex, every single one, and Valorant, every single one has a battle pass on like a 3-month seasonal drop. They have like 3 or 4 seasons a year. They release nonstop content, and they're all free. And they're all competing with each other. And they all have nonstop content because that's what people demand after Fortnite. Valorant releases nonstop content, question mark. Sir, you're coming into an Overwatch stream. Relax. Did you see Bunny and Zumba Land? I did. I saw at the last Valorant LAN, there was actually a lot. And they also all talk to the community. Well, okay. The talking to the community thing is more difficult for Overwatch in particular, because they actually had a lot of churn of their community team, specifically on the Overwatch side of things. So like early on, there was a community manager. Her name was Zovia. She worked on Overwatch for years, and she left early 2018, I think. And then after that, I think they had a lot of their layoffs happen. And then there hasn't been like a straight up community person on Overwatch. There was, for like, as like the face, I guess, of the community, or like the person you talk to the most in the community for a long time. There was Molly after that, but then I think she also left Blizzard. And now I think there was Josh, and then he also left Blizzard. or there's like, there's like a lot of people behind the scenes, or that has either got left or got laid off. And now, but we do have someone else now called Andy, Mr. Andy B. Yeah, he is legit. That guy, dude, that guy's first like 2 months at the job, that guy's like, you know what, I'm gonna go to the Overwatch forums and I'm gonna talk. And it's like, oh shit, this guy's going in. So yeah, we're cool. Mr. Andy B. Yeah. What a name. Yeah. Revolving door. I mean, I don't know. I feel like if community teams across a lot of games, they have to deal with so much shit. They get sort of put on with a lot of stuff, and so you see a lot more churn in those positions than normal. They have to do they get underpaid and have to do a shit ton more jobs. And they're the ones that always get like bitched at by the community nonstop. So it's not exactly a great job to have, I think, in a lot of ways. So anyway, back to this talk though. Chat, what do you guys think? They show off 5v5. They show off Bastion. They show off Sombra. What's the take, chat? What you got? Looks like Overwatch. More of the same. Meh, meh, meh. Wait, this guy says Pog. We still don't have enough for a full opinion, in my opinion. I agree with that for the most part. Looks like the same Overwatch started playing 2 years ago. No new heroes, no new maps, Copium. Okay, I actually... It gets... want to play it to decide. I like it. Everything is more like a DPS. I think they kind of messed up the hype a little bit with the PvP in this fashion. Because imagine instead if it was a little bit closer to launch and then they just said, with pro players and all that, they went, also that's literally a new map, by the way. Yeah, that guy was saying he was just memeing, but imagine if you're a little bit closer to launch and they go, yeah, we have 10 new characters, like blah blah blah, new maps. I don't even know if they're gonna have that many, by the way. I'm just like throwing it out there. Imagine if they did have 10 though. Holy shit. And then they go, yeah, we're also having these 2 pro teams play it, and they can all play new characters. Like, that'd be cool. But instead, this looks more like Overwatch 1 than what Overwatch 2 actually is, because they didn't allow them to show off any of the new characters. Of course, this is going to look like a balance patch because they're not showing off any of the really cool new shit. That's kind of what it is right there, right? Right now, this feels like an Overwatch 1 custom game. Well, I mean, we know. My biggest issue when it comes to Overwatch 2 is I think they don't properly communicate to the general gaming community what their game is. And so when they show off things like this where they go, yeah, we have all these PvP players playing the game who are all really good in this pug environment and it's 5v5, but you're not allowed to play any of the new characters except for these 2 reworks we have. Of course, people's first impression is going to be this looks like a balance patch, or this looks like Overwatch 1, because you're holding back still 90% of the Overwatch 2 content. But of course, they also don't want to show too much too early, right? Because they want to actually start the hype train properly when it's closer to launch. So it's weird. Do we know if the new sound design from Overwatch 2 will happen in Overwatch as well? Well, there is no Overwatch. There's just Overwatch 2. Honestly, how many who aren't already into Overwatch would even see this? I think the big reveal would come later. Also, that's true. $100K views though? Well, we're referring to the show match. If we go over to the Bastion rework and the Sombra rework, like, chat, the Sombra rework is 13 on trending. Like, this type of thing is legit. People are still vastly, into Overwatch. Like, these are the official videos posted on the official channel. And like, not even an entire day, they're already at like 300K views and stuff like that. People like Overwatch. What do you think about the 1 tank thing? Do you think Ryan will be picked 99% of the time? Nope. I think when it comes to 1 tank, chat, it all just comes down to this. So there's 2 ways you can look at it. In 5v5, the Blizzard devs have come out and basically said, we want the game to be more deathmatchy, more skill-based. We're even gonna have, like, they kind of hinted at scoreboards and more advanced stats. I think they did that like a year ago now. And they want it to be faster. They want it to be like less. They want it to be more individual skill based, all this other stuff. And as a result, they have 1 tank. That's all true. And it's cool. But I can't help but feel like the biggest and most important reason that we have 1 tank is just because people don't like to play tanks and queues are very long. Right? That's the real reason. And so if you have, that's my like cynical, like in my brain, I'm like, that all sounds cool and it is true. But also I feel like we're really going to 1 tank because if you launched Overwatch 2 and people had to wait 8 to 10 minutes in queue every game because you have to wait for a second tank to show up, that would suck. Jake just put out a Twitter thread on his thoughts of Overwatch 2. Wait, I like Jake. Where's he at? Twitter, Jake Overwatch. Where you show me what you got, Google. All right, let's see what Jake's talking about here. 5v5 is a massive change. Every player is individually more important. And Overwatch 1 tanks are the most important role because they control the nature of team fights. True, and they're also traditionally one of the strongest roles too. After 5+ years, there are only 3 fundamental strategies: dive, rush, and poke. Every comp exists somewhere between those 3 extremes. Dive comps fight in the flanks to surround the enemy. Rush comps use abilities to close gaps quickly and dominate close range fights. Poke comps use massive spam pick potential and kill opponents before they are close. Many comps are between these extremes. For example, Ball, Sigma, Zen are a mix of dive and poke. Winston, Lucia, Moira are a mix of dive and rush. But in the end, I feel that every strategy came down to one of these 3 core ideas. Some just make use of 2 of them instead of just 1. All this is totally true, by the way. My idea / hope is that competitive Overwatch 2 can reduce the importance of hero picks by, as Space put it, making tanks more like tanky DPS. As much as I love engineering a perfect strategy, I think in the game in that state cannot grow long term. Ooh. This is something that we've actually talked about for a very long time on this channel. The idea that if you create a game with lots of hard counters and hard picks, I'll go into it. Actually, let's keep reading. We'll go into it. Let me read it all later. Okay. The game becomes a test who has the best understanding of comp matchups, map features, etc. While this rewards endless dedication to those understanding the game, it is too brutal a punishment for new players, especially those skilled at other FPS games who expect to do well. In the end, I think the best case feature for Overwatch 2, and I mean the way 99.9% of people play in online matchmaking, not professional play, is one in which hero picks just don't matter like they used to. There will always be people who want a one trick and people want to play the meta. The only way to harmonize those 2 ways of playing is to weaken the meta and make hero picking a less impactful part of the game. To make hero picks less impactful, you must necessarily make heroes more similar to each other. Yeah, you want to make... I understand what you're going with. In pro play, there will always be optimized comps. The key is making those optimizations small enough that the pro comps are not so much better than just picking whatever heroes seem good and ranked. In the end, pro play can only survive if the game is popular. So it costs some strategic complexity at the top end, but hopefully in the end, the game will be more appealing to a wider group of people. I'll miss some aspects of Overwatch 1, but I'm ready to change with the times. Looking forward to the future. With all that said, please, Activision Blizzard, make multiplayer free to play. Free to play, career codes, in-game tournaments would all capitalize on the broader shift to make the game more accessible. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I don't know if I agree necessarily with all this. I think there's ways. Okay. Jake is a wise lad. 10 out of 10. Truth. Okay. This right here, chat, is what I find the most interesting one right here. Where was it? I think it was this one. Reduce the importance of hero picks, make tanks more like tanky DPS. So Overwatch has always had this fundamental problem where if you have, and I talked about this in my OG State of Overwatch video like 3 years ago now, right? Where if there's characters, if you design a game where you're expected to have the opportunity to swap characters a lot, but also those characters can really hard counter each other, then it's really easy to bitch at your teammates and get mad at your teammates if they do not swap characters or play the right team comp. But Overwatch makes this problem even worse because it isn't just as easy as, like, let's go to Apex, right? Or Valorant. If I go to Apex or Valorant and I want to swap characters, let's say in a magical world, I'm playing Valorant and I can go, like, the next time I spawn, I can swap characters. Every single character in Apex Legends or Valorant fundamentally plays the same. You have a gun, right? That, like, at the fundamental, most basic thing, like, bro, you got a gun and you can shoot people. Overwatch's biggest strength is actually the diversity of characters that they have. Like, dude, no other game in the world is going to let you just fucking roll around as a hamster ball, right? You log on and you're just, dude, I just want to roll around as a ball. I'm going to go roll someone over. And the devs were crazy enough to be like, yeah, why not? Overwatch, fuck yeah. Like, you can do that. And that's fundamentally one of Overwatch's greatest strengths as a game, but also one of its biggest weaknesses, because it means that you get to have these unique experiences in Overwatch that you will never have in any other game. But it also means that at its core, a lot of the skills that you have from one character to the next do not transfer to each other at all. And so by that, I mean, let's say, as an example, right? Jake here is talking about how lots of comps between dive, rush, and poke are all different, right? If you're a tank player, it is a complete reality that you will probably, the first time you play Hammond, you have no fucking idea what the fuck is going on. you're just going to roll in and feed your ass off for the first like 20 games that you play Hammond. Because you're like, I'm a ball and I'm going in, and you start rolling and you just die. And then same thing when you play Reinhardt, right? Think about how different each tank plays to each other and how unique that is on like a fundamental level, right? Is it really that surprising that tanks didn't really want to play the game that much when they're expected to play so many different characters? I guess, you know, in some metas, this might not be true where they're just like, go Orisa. And you're just in there like, okay, Mr. Teammate. And you're like, I put down my shield. And like, burp, 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 burp. Putting down my shield, gripping. Like, you don't know. But other than that, if you're not on bitch duty on Orisa, there's usually a lot of stuff going on. And this doesn't DPS of more heroes though. What I'm saying is tanks dictate the meta in Overwatch, right? Not necessarily DPS. So as he describes dive, rush, and poke, most of the time these are dictated, I think, as he said, tanks are the most important role because they control team fights. Tanks most commonly are the people, like, I'm speaking from my own experience. I have easy 10,000 hours in Overwatch. I would say 80% of the time, easy. If someone's bitching at somebody to swap characters, it gets the most hardcore that people are getting angry if they're like getting mad at a tank player who isn't swapping, more so than a DPS. I think that's generally true. And I think that's just because tanks are some of the most, obviously, as Jake says, one of the most important roles. Roadhog change. Yeah. Yeah. Also, hi Flats. How are you? Untrue, they bitch at healers for not healing enough. Okay, dude. I guess that might be true. I don't know. Sometimes, I mean, everybody bitches at each other, I guess, but whatever. From my experience on ladder, people usually bitch at tanks if they aren't playing the meta. Like, by far the most. That's usually just like, we need a shield. We need Orisa. But obviously, you know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's changed in the past year, right? I haven't played Overwatch that much in the past year, chat, because I think, like a lot of other people, Overwatch hasn't exactly released a lot of content. And so as a result, I'm just checking out every other game on the market, because when I log on and it's the same game I played a year ago, it gets kind of boring in like a week. Players will bitch at the low-hanging fruit. It's impossible to end that fully. I think, you know, Jake is just saying, what I personally was just saying earlier was, when you have such a team-based game and characters that play so differently from each other, and you're expected to swap characters and comps and do this and that, for your everyday gamer who's just going into a ladder game with completely random players, that is a lot of built-in, I'll call it social friction. A very high probability you're going to bitch at somebody for not playing the right thing, even if it's not even true. But it's also one of the strongest strengths of Overwatch that you get to play all these very unique and cool characters. And so, anyway, what Jake is arguing is saying we need to make everything share a little bit more, right? He's saying, let's see, weaken the meta, make hero picking less impactful, make them more similar to each other. And I don't know if that's necessarily right or wrong. I actually, wait. Someone asked me something good. What's your opinion on Jake thinking that the game can't grow long-term without changes? That's true, because every game in the modern world in the last 3 or 4 years releases constant patches and content. And I think if you don't always change, it'll never grow. Well, there's two parts of that. The first one is, do you think the game fundamentally has to change? And then the second one is, do you think that it's, I'm talking about change as content. And of course, I think the game is going to have content when it comes out on Overwatch 2. But when it comes to this type of thing, which is, does the fundamental gameplay need to change? Counter-Strike doesn't really change. Yeah, and North American Counter-Strike does well in comparison to Valorant, right? Like, Valorant isn't, yeah. Yep, I'm sure they're fine. If anything, okay, let's just talk about that really quick. If anything, I just look at it, dude. content is so important to video games that Riot Games, motherfucking Riot Games, literally walks in, they go, you know, this Counter-Strike game's pretty good. What if we just did that, but added waifus and then added content nonstop and yoink their player base? And they made a whole fucking video game off that idea, dude. They literally walked in and were like, yo, you guys got an op? We have an op now. Well, you guys call your anti-cheat VAC? Why don't we call it the Valorant anti-cheat VAC 2 here, baby? Like, oh shit. You know, it's like, it fucking worked. Dude, but they took only the tier 2 pros? Okay, dude. I'm just saying, for the most part, like, content matters that much. And they did it with League too. Yeah, true. And the funny thing is, old school Blizzard also did that. Old school Blizzard looked at genres and games that were already out, and they're like, yeah, this game would just be so much better if we just like made it our own just a little bit, right? It wasn't like old school Blizzard when they released World of Warcraft, right? They took the MMO industry and they're like, yeah, this is actually just really not that fun. And then they did their own little twist on it, right? But anyway, that's more of a general thing. But back to the OG part of this. Oh, where is it? Where was the piece here? He talks, I think I scrolled by it. He talks a little bit about how he doesn't think the game will grow unless it changes. Where did he say that? Oh, so it'll cause some strategic complexity at the top end, but hopefully in the end it will be more appealing to a wider group of people. I think that is... Chat, if you really stop and you think about Overwatch 2 as a whole, guys, they're appealing to a wider group of people isn't about PvP. It's about PvE. It's his third tweet. Wait, what? Third tweet? 1, 2... Oh yeah, as much as I love engineering perfect strategy in Overwatch 1, I think that the game in that state cannot grow long term. I just look at it as the Overwatch is not... Overwatch as a franchise isn't banking on PvP to grow the game. They're banking on PvE, right? It's really weird that we're sitting here pretending like PvP... I don't know. I can't... Maybe I'm alone in this, but I cannot help but feel like if you stop all PvP updates for 2 years or more, actually, kind of depends on your definition of stop, and then you go, yeah, let's release Overwatch 2, and all the players sit there and we're like, well, why did we stop updates to release this? Like the most cynical people in the game industry go, oh, because they want to make easy money. But the easiest money, in fact, is to make it free to play and just release skins. Let's be honest. They're going to make way more money free to play release skins than they ever would reselling the game. The true reality is they stopped development to go work on PvE, in my opinion, for years, to build up what they consider like the true casual audience is to go build up that PvE. We've not seen PvE at all, and it hasn't been important to Overwatch yet, so speculating on that seems baseless, to be honest. Absolutely not. No. Dude, okay, I need to find that interview now. There is an interview with Aaron Keller where they literally talk about Overwatch 2 PvE and how it's going to, and how they're serious enough about PvE that they want it to have a full end game. Think about that. They want to, he specifically in this interview states that they want Overwatch 2 PvE to be enough that it could be someone's main game. And like, and so this stun lock again? No, okay, dude. We've been stun. Okay, how long have I been streaming? Bro, we've been on Overwatch 2 for like an hour and a half now. Okay, like we've been stun locked for an hour and a half. So as, let's see, Flame OW Twitter. Flame tweeted something funny earlier. As Flame tweeted, Overwatch 2 PvP preview looked boring, but that's okay because clearly they're putting all their focus on PvE, mythic dungeons, and raids. Applications my guild will open shortly. World's first King Row coming soon. Dude, I'm all in. like I am 100% down. When I think of Overwatch going to PvE and they're actually, you know, moving so much into PvE and stuff like that long term, no way they will have raids. That's not happening. Okay, then why did raid designers from World of Warcraft move to the Overwatch team? This is true speculation, by the way. I'm curious, why do you think that would happen? There's no way there's no raids? I don't know what they're going to have, but I think it's because Overwatch doesn't have PvE developers. Whoa, no, you are so okay. You triggered me. Stop. Imagine saying that Overwatch doesn't have PvE devs when like the entire Overwatch dev team are the people who back in the day like created vanilla World of Warcraft. Like that's wild. Most of the Overwatch dev team when they launched Overwatch were PvE developers. I'm fucking taking this guy's bait. It's actually so good. Ugh, you're way too good at baiting. You need to leave this chat immediately. Thank you.
What is Seagull doing?
Neon Sky, thank you for the 1 year. So anyway, when we talk about back to the overall discussion here, chat. When you talk about how Blizzard thinks they're gonna grow the game and everything, you're way underestimating. I said at the time Overwatch was launched, I didn't say now. Let's be specific. Like the core senior dev team who made Overwatch, a lot of them were WoW devs. That's true. Is this the Dirty Bomb revival meeting? You could say that. But anyway, what I'm getting at is we don't know anything about PvE right now, but it's not really a hard sell, I think. If you look at Overwatch as a franchise and you go, wow, we have all these incredible people at Blizzard who are really, really good at making PvE like encounters and everything. Like you can sit there and talk about how shit WoW is all you want, but everything about the gameplay of WoW and the raids and everything is fantastic, right? So what if we just take all these people who love the Overwatch universe, they love the Overwatch franchise, and the fact that we have all this experience internally of creating really cool PvE games, and we actually just make a PvE game. Like that's cool. I'm down. I don't think that's even wild. And I think the reason they're playing it so close to the chest and information about it is because they would just get shit for it a lot of the time. I don't know. And or maybe they've pivoted. The worst case scenario, by the way, is that old interview where they talk about how they want to have in-game, how they want Overwatch 2 to have to essentially be its own game, the PvE to be its own game, right? The worst case scenario is they went, yeah, you know, this Overwatch 2 game's taken a while to come out. How about we just like ship it and just not do that? That would be the worst case scenario because to cut back on the scale of how cool, I mean, say what you will, like you guys might not have faith in how cool that could be, but as somebody who actually really enjoys Overwatch as a franchise, if I had a full PvE Overwatch game set in the Overwatch universe, dude, like I guarantee you I'm gonna play that shit, right? So I'm in. That is such a giant scope, it probably makes sense why there wasn't much added to PvP. Well, yeah, they'd have to like stop everything and do that. And the entire Overwatch world is cool enough to actually pull it off. And everybody, for the most part, and it kind of makes sense with the player base as a whole because the Overwatch PvP community in terms of population is not very large anymore. Like it's big. Everyone loves Overwatch the game, but it's just it'll depend on how it goes down in the long term, right? And it's also always going to depend on like, you know, you can have the idea of, okay, let's say we have Overwatch, we make a full PvE game, we have like a full end game, we're gonna have all this stuff. And also I did mention raids. They will probably not have raids just because raids are like tons of people. They probably have like, I mean, technically though, Final Fantasy 14 has raids and they're like, what, 8 people? I guess you could probably do like a 5-man or 6-man like raid encounter in Overwatch, even though PvE is only 4 players. But anyway, it's weird. The Destiny style raids, maybe. Wait, what did I say about Destiny raids? Did I don't know what the hell I just said, but on launch maybe not, but maybe they later add them. I don't know, but anyway, when I think of a PvE game in that fashion of they're playing all the information so close to their chest because they're potentially trying to create a PvE game of that scale, like then it makes a lot more sense. And then I have a lot more slack given to the Overwatch devs. A lot of other people wouldn't, but I would, because I know how hard it is to make a PvE game that's actually good. It takes a lot of work and everybody shits the bed. It's like very, very difficult. Their engine can do 12 people on the same side of game lobby, so raids up 12 people is possible. I don't think so because of console support. I remember they had this issue with Echo copying players, right? That they ran into a limit on consoles. The reason why someone playing Echo can't swap characters while they're copied is because if there's too many individual heroes in one game, like it would just, I think they either ran out of memory. There's like something very specific that's how close they're playing the line on it. Next gen consoles could probably deal with that. Yeah, they could, but I don't know about old consoles. I don't know. Seriously? Yeah, that's how close they were playing. Chat, this was in my personal like stream at Blizzard. We talked about this. They optimized the game so hardcore and so in depth around like those players that even pushing it a little bit, maybe they couldn't handle one of those old platforms anymore, because it would be the 13th hero in one game. Yes, that's how tight the optimization is in Overwatch. And I 100% agree that that's the case, by the way, because say what you will about Overwatch, but Overwatch's engineering department, or whoever the fucking magicians are that optimize Overwatch is literally the most optimized video game I have ever played, and nothing comes close. Absolutely nothing. Even when I go play Valorant, dude, if you go play Valorant and like a Viper ult goes down, a bunch of shit goes down, their FPS just fucking tanks. But then, dude, in Overwatch, there's like 12 different ultimates. Like there's like a fucking hamster ball swinging around. There's like 60 ults. There's like 5 shields, particles flying. You can't see anything. Your graphics card is on fire, but the game is running like 300 FPS. I don't know how. It's magic. It's weird. It's crazy. Except when you press tab, you get minus 30 FPS for no reason. Yeah, but dude, that's because you're opening a scoreboard. It's kind of funny actually that the game is so optimized that you're saying you lose more FPS when you push tab and open your scoreboard than you do when there's like 5 ultimates going off on your screen. That's kind of cool actually. Chat, UI elements actually cause FPS issues in every game. A lot of people don't even know that, by the way. You guys remember early Overwatch? Okay, in early Overwatch, I had massive FPS problems and I couldn't figure out why. And it was because this is back in Overwatch beta. If you had too many people on your friends list, you'd lose like 100 FPS. I could literally go in an empty server by myself in Overwatch beta and I'd run around on Dorado and have 250 FPS. But then if you add too many friends to your friends list, and I had a capped friends list at the time because I just added everyone I had in like every game. If I was like, if you're good, I'm adding you. And then immediately I would run around Dorado and I would get like 150 or 100 in an empty server, right? And so that was only an Overwatch beta. They fixed it later. I don't know if it ever came back or if it was ever still a thing in any other fashion. But I remember I only figured it out at the time because back then how BattleNet worked was your BattleNet friends list, if you're in the American server, versus the European server are two different friends lists. And so as a result, I was like, I had an empty friends list on this one and a full one on this one. It was cool. It was some weird stuff going on. Wasn't there a bug where the kill feed dropped your FPS hard? Probably. I mean, the UI, I think lots of UI stuff that has to like draw UI elements on your screen very commonly tank your FPS in tons of games. A lot of people just don't notice it though. Anyway, so we've been stun locked on Overwatch 2 now for a solid how long have I been streaming? Almost 2 hours. Are there anything else that you guys want to talk about with regards to Overwatch 2, chat? What's going on? I think we've covered basically all the topics that I can think of off the top of my head. Well, actually, there's a lot more now I think about it. The most important one would be, let's see, Schmal F. Oh yeah, sorry, that's my internet. It hiccups. Did you talk about game speed in 5v5 or 6v6? I don't know if I really talked about game speed flats. I feel like the game will naturally be a little more deathmatchy just because tanks cannot properly cover every single flank nonstop. So, new heroes adding balancing complexities. How do you think pro play will play out next year? I'm going to be honest. I don't care. Not necessarily about the pro players, but just chat. I'm all in on PvE. Chat, watching professional players play a show match of 5v5 is boring. Watching professional players play PvE in a world first race, that's the real shit. All right. You give me a fucking world first race Overwatch. Let's go. All right. Scrolling. Anyway, back to game speed. You talk about game speed. So I didn't talk about it that much. I just think it's just going to be people can flank more often and maybe people will die more often.
You've been talking about Overwatch 2 for so long, I've finally regained control over my character after being Brig stunned Kappa.
Brig stunned. Do you think Overwatch should add a BR poggers? We call that Apex Legends. Do you think they will launch with more than just Sojourn? Yeah. Yes, 100%. So at their current rate of 3 characters per year, when they stop development to now, I would expect a minimum of 6 characters by the time Overwatch 2 launches. And that's giving them even a leeway of 2 characters or so, assuming that because of the pandemic, they lost like productivity during that year. Copium? It's not copium. Look, all I'm saying is, okay, look. I would expect around 6 characters. Even including reworks. I do not include reworks. Reworks are different than new characters. It's not copium, it's simple math. True. Actually, you know, the true. All I'm saying is, traditionally, over time, they release 3 characters per year. They stopped development 2 years ago. The 3 times 2 is 6. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Startup subjects. Think about getting a PC soon. Any recommendations pre-built or build myself? I'm pretty sure it's actually better to go pre-built now for the simple reason that like every GPU is like marked up by $1 billion except for pre-builds. Do you think Overwatch is already suffering from where too many heroes makes the game worse no matter how they balance it with so many characters always going to be better heroes? Yeah, that's called like power creep. And so I think games like League of Legends dealt with that a lot because they have what 100 plus now easy characters. And so a lot of the older characters have to be reworked because newer characters fulfill the same niche, but they're just stronger. So I don't know. Maybe. Dota was the first such game though. Yeah, maybe. Did you get a glimpse of the sound rework? Any thoughts? It sounded nice. Hey, I got a sick new game for you to try. Wait. 2K Battleborn Standard Edition? Wait. I'm loading this up. Just gotta check and see this real quick on the other monitor. Is this actually still a thing on their website? Wait, it actually, what the fuck? How is this still alive? Who keeps this website going?
Look at the size of that thing.
Where might I buy my pre-built Mr. Bird?
I wonder where, Stormcorp. I wonder where. Back in my day, dude, I thought this franchise died already. I mean, it is dead, dude. I have a friend who plays this game. No, you don't. I don't believe you. All right, one sec. Wait, why did I pull up Borderlands? Chat, it is quite literally impossible that your friend is playing this game. It's gone. Wait, this is the free trial. Wait, why does it say free trial now in the image? Either way, the servers are gone, chat. You want to know how I know this? Okay. When the servers went down, right, for Battleborn, I played it. I beat the Battleborn single player campaign that day. It was like a year or two ago. And dude, it was so funny. And I was sitting there, I think it was May 2020. It had to have been, right? Look at this spike. It went from like, dude, it went up to 20 players, or maybe 20 players again. This dropped. Wait, what if that's the custom Discord? Wait. So anyway, so I was playing Battleborn back then, right? Because the servers were about to die. But I had these guys coming to my chat and they're like, dude, you should come like play Battleborn with us. We have pugs. We have our own Discord. And because everyone like the game is dying, but we have our own server. So we just play the game and it's a Discord of the last Battleborn players who have ever lived. Did you know they exist? They actually do exist out there. And so chat, I'm thinking that it says right here, check the other Battleborns. This might just be the trial. It's possible, but it says 12K all-time peak, right? So I think it could be it. It's possible that these spikes, chat, of 20 players that we're seeing on Steam charts is literally that one Discord having like every once in a while, they all hop in and play together. There are dozens of them, dude. That'd be sick. In many ways, that's kind of wholesome. Yeah. The free trial is part of the marketing for their game. They went free to play and then called it a free trial so people didn't know it was actually free. Wait, what? You're serious? Okay. That's a cursed game. At least I didn't fall on, no, I'm glad, chat. Okay. Let it be known, chat. Okay. At least, for those of us who really enjoy Overwatch, at least we didn't fall in love with Battleborn. We got lucky. There are, many options of games that you could play. It was a close call. Close call. I think the prime reason was that it released right before Overwatch. Yeah, the game died because it released same time as Overwatch, but also just wasn't very good, in my opinion. Hey, Seagull, here is an alive and good game. All right, one sec. Which one is this one? Let me load this one up. Okay, dude, you're linking. Okay. Listen, Monkey Island. Okay. All right, dude. Listen, all I'm saying is Monkey Island is more alive than Battleborn in the current year. All right. It is extraordinarily alive. And in fact, I'm willing to bet that at least 20 of these accounts are Spartan playing on 20 different devices. At least they still have their server. I can't go back and play Lawbreakers. Yeah, it's true. I mean, the Battleborn people, they can make their own server. And even though there may only be like a few dozen of them who enjoy them, yeah, at least they can play it. That is true. I think of that sometimes with old Half-Life 1 mods, chat. Right? Do you guys remember old Half-Life 1 mods back in the day, dude? A lot of those, like, if you really wanted to, you could just go back like Action Half-Life, Natural Selection. Was it Science Industries or is it Research and Development? There's one of those. Vampire Slayer. How many? How many more am I forgetting here back in Half-Life 1? There's so many. Science and Industry, I was a developer on that. Holy shit. Fucking boomer. Feels good, man. The Specialists. Yeah, man. At least if you really wanted to, chat. But we could do, like... I had this idea after I quit Overwatch League that if I ever got truly bored on stream, and I mean like really bored, I would become a boomer streamer. I would go back and create a Half-Life 1 dedicated server and just have chat fill up old school mods like the DBZ mods, Ricochet, shit like that. And we would just, for like a month, just roll through each one for like a few days in a week. If I ever got really bored, I was like, yeah, we're doing that. And I came up with that idea and I never did it. Because fortunately, I haven't been that bored. You know, I've had enough games to play through, but I actually think it'd be kind of cool to do that. Imagine doing Ricochet. Yeah, Ricochet. That'd be awesome. Sven Co-op. Wait, didn't Sven Co-op become like its own standalone game, chat? I thought it became like its own standalone game or something. I don't know. But even this is legit. It even still gets updates? Man, I remember playing this. Dude, I was a youngin' back then. There was also what was it? There was a lot of, there was even single player games. What happened to Rogue Company and Crucible, by the way? Well, Crucible's gone. Crucible just shouldn't have been launched. I think they just ran out of money and they just launched it when it shouldn't have been launched. I think Rogue Company is still really popular. I don't know if it's on Steam. Let me see. I thought it was on EGS. Yeah, they still have 2K players. But as far as I know, they're still on EGS, and on console was where Rogue Company was really popular. Rogue Company is Hi-Rez's game, where, if I remember correctly, they came out and said Rogue Company during the beta was more popular than any other game they had ever launched. So it, for all-time concurrent peak players, it beat like games like Smite and Paladins and everything else that Hi-Rez has done. So I'm pretty confident this game is doing well on consoles, and it probably fits perfectly for mobile. It's like the easiest description I can give of the Rogue Company is a casual version of Valorant that is third person. I think it's the easiest description. Remember when they ruined Realm Royale? You remember Tribes Ascend? I remember. Chat, where, you know, I don't know what the Hi-Rez game I personally played the most, chat? Global Agenda. That was such a cool fucking game, dude. It was sick. You know, when I think about it, Global Agenda reminds me a lot of Overwatch. It was a game that had like tanks, healers, and DPS, and he played over objectives, and it was just awesome. It was so cool. If that game came out in the current year, I think it would still legitimately be good. It was both a PvE and PvE game, like combined. It was a very, very cool game. I really wish that someone came out and did that again, actually. It was kind of clunky though. Oh yeah, it really was. To show gameplay. I don't know if we know if I can. It's so old. Like YouTube was barely even like starting to pop off back then, right? Here, we need to find Global Agenda frag videos. Global Agenda free to play first look HD. Yeah, but these guys are going to be like garbage. When did Global Agenda release? Global Agenda release date. I want to say it was like 08, 09? Oh, it's 2010. So it was 2010, chat. I want to find like a good frag video for Global Agenda. I just don't know where to find one. But I mean, if you just like click on, random YouTube games, you'll basically, or random YouTube links, it looks scuffed as fuck, right? But it was PvE and PvP, and the gameplay, look, it was legitimately cool in how it worked out. If they took this idea and modernized it, it would be sick. And as you can see, like, you're literally just running around PvE leveling and having like a jetpack doing quests and shit. And like, yeah, maybe try a tournament video, global agenda sniper frag video. Wait, I've got you. Wasn't that Firefall? Yeah, Firefall was just another game that tried to do global agenda back in the day. Oh yeah, this might work. Yeah, sniping, sure, right? And even as like, look, dude, look at how old school this game is. 480p POG, uploaded 2011, right? Check out just the basics of this game really quick. You're a third person. This is like an old school pub server. So it has like 10 players per team. We're at like a solid 4-3 resolution, right? There's a payload. This guy is sniping, right? It's almost like TF2-esque in how it played out with like people just running around, do whatever you want. And then also like there's people going invis and running around. Everybody has guns. They're flying. There's also healers and tanks and different builds. It's like you can see the tanks are pushing the payload. Like this, in many ways, feels like a very old school precursor to Overwatch and also TF2. It's kind of funny. And I remember there's tons of different weapons you could use. Like you could use snipers. I remember there was like healing guns too. I remember there was actually a lot of depth in the healing system because it was very cooldown centric with like grenades and like heals and stuff. It was cool. Way more TF2. Yeah. It's like tribes jetpacks plus TF2. And there's like turrets, there's like engineer classes, there's just everything. It was awesome. Why don't we revive this? Guns the Duel. Oh no. Oh god. That's an old one, boys. That's an old one. But this type of game was just, man, it was something special, chat. There's even better ones of Global Agenda. I remember seeing a very old frag videos back in the day. I don't know if I could find them or not, but let me see here. Man, I might have found one. Wait. Wait, I found one. Oh yeah, this guy's a fucking gamer, dude. Look at him. 4v4 sniper PvP. So this is like their competitive mode was like, oh my god, look at the old school frag video pieces, dude. Guy's just AFK as a tank. He can just tank everything. He's trying to hit his little quick scope, dude. He's in the same place a minute later. This looks like tribes. Yeah, man. It's incredible. We actually managed to go even more boomer than reminiscing about Overwatch's glory days. Listen, Quag, I was updating myself on the state of Overwatch 2, and we talked about Overwatch 1, and now we're just looking through very old video games, okay? This shit was cool back in the day, chat. Don't let anyone tell you differently. It was very cool. It was like tribes plus TF2. And I like games like that. Or I'm old, not sure which. Global Agenda ain't even old. Okay, dude. The game looks like a fucking dinosaur. Okay? There's no way you see a game like this and you don't go, wow, that's old. It is. Listen, if you want to know that you feel old, it's if you open a game like this and you're like, wow, that's old. It's not that old. It's only 2011. That was only like a few years ago. Then you're like, wait. Wait a second. Wait a second, dude. What do you think about Dirty Bomb? Okay, you guys want to know about Dirty Bomb? Dirty Bomb is the precursor to Apex Legends in my mind. Like the RTCW style of gameplay is just Apex Legends, a little different. Don't chat, it's too soon. Oh god, where's Beardy now? We need the LCTR and the Beardy. I met LCTR back in the day in Dirty Bomb chat. Chat, we can't even say Dirty Bomb is that old when it's a game I've actually streamed on this channel. Okay, like when Overwatch beta was down, I played Dirty Bomb. Okay, like I really wish I had those old VODs. Now I think about it, man. What was Young Gold doing? Siegel, I found a Surefor global agenda montage. Wait, what? Okay, link me. Oh, this is juicy. It's time. Dude. Okay. Back in the day, chat. Back in the day. Oh my god, it actually is Surefor. Holy fuck. Dude, Surefor uploaded in 2010. Aw, man. That's awesome. Okay, back in the day, I originally met Surefor before Overwatch in Titanfall 1. Kind of weird. I was playing Titanfall 1 semi-competitively. Holy shit, is that fucking X-Fire? What the fuck? Wow. That's a throwback. Holy shit, we're going far into the time machine. All right, wait. No, I gotta... No! Oh, this is too good, dude. It's so good. Yep. It's, oh man. I'm speechless. Hit your fucking shots, Lane. This is... Where is the unregistered hypercam, Surefor? Look at him, he's owning. The guy's just AFK. 2010 hit different. Wait. What's the in-game chat? Let's see. Agent Beefy Curtains? Holy fuck. How old is this video again? December 7th, 2010. An agency is his clan chat. Yeah. Holy fuck. What a game, dude. This game owned. I was there, chat. This is 1 month after the game launched. I remember back in the day, chat, of 2010, I was playing StarCraft 2, but I lived in my mom's basement and we had 0.4 upload and I couldn't stream. So I tried streaming at 160p, but no one watched, so I deleted my Twitch channel. I don't know why anyone wouldn't watch me. You know, 160p. But back in the day, dude, you know, if I thought about it, if I just uploaded to YouTube, I would have been fine. I wish I had old videos like this I could watch. I do on my YouTube, but they're not 2010 back. They're like 2015. What was that, a scoreboard? They go back. Whoa. Look at that, dude. Look at his damage. It shows, you guys remember back when you could see scoreboards, dude? Your damage, your kills, the damage, the absorb damage, how long you're on defense, the objective points, how many times you buff teammates, your assists, the bot kills, the amount of times I kill bots, dude. It's just a giant spreadsheet. I can't believe I am living in a time machine right now watching this video, dude. I can't stop. How long is this video? Oh, it's only 4 minutes. We have another minute. Surefour is actually a god, though. He's gonna get DMCA'd Monka H. Dude, for this, I guess it would be worth it. Watching young Surefour slay a nerd named X Gamer X. Holy fuck. Oh, man. How did we even get here? How did I open the stream today and like somehow end up like what sequence of events caused me to start watching 2010 YouTube videos? I don't know. X Gamer X has a kid now. Yeah. This kid's name is X Lil Gamer X. Ah, wow. The fuck? Wait, these guys are like the old school competitive players. Look at this. Look, you're at the depths of YouTube when you find videos like this, chat. 1,000 views. Night number 1, game 2, medic POV, turnip versus Karis X. 100,000%. These guys were competitive players in like 2011. That's how this works, dude. That's awesome. All right, skip ahead, YouTube. Come on, keep up. Post a comment on the Surefour video. Look at this. Look how he heals people. You like connect to teammates, and if I remember correctly, so if you connect to a teammate, it does passive healing, and then you have a button you can push. You have like a shit ton of buttons actually, but one of them was to like pop a damage reduction on that player, and then also I think you throw healing grenades and all this other stuff. And I think there's also like actual guns you could use that were not just like the passive healing ones. Try to remember. It's been a long time. And he's actually shooting people with dots. Wait, Surefour is in here? Wait, what the fuck? Wait, he is. Well, top left. It's Surefour. Wow, that's awesome. God bless. I can't believe this is what the original Overwatch beta was like. That's awesome, man. Here's a Surefour Titanfall 1 cast game. Holy crap. Wonder if you look through enough frothy videos, you'd find me, I think. I'm probably in those. It's super interesting. Never seen this game. It clearly inspired Overwatch. Yeah, I think in a lot of ways, games like this did. Right? This game, I think, comes from TF2 a little bit, and also it's just a little bit of everything, but obviously it's a total shit fest, right? Like these servers like 10v10, stuff like that, but this type of gameplay did inspire a lot later. I just need someone to come out with this game like number 2. It'd be cool. Your title is going Overwatch 2, then play that video full screen. Oh shit. Man. We're stun locked forever. Did you ever play Loadout? Oh my god, I just remembered Loadout. That game was so cool though. That was a Hi-Res Studios game? Yes. Global Agenda was a Hi-Res Studios game. Loadout was sick. That game was so cool. Someone needs to find Loadout was the game where you modified your guns, right? Yeah, it was a game where you could modify anything about your gun. You could have an RPG and then instead of putting rockets in it, put healing rockets and then shoot RPGs at your teammates to heal them. It was awesome. It was like fully open. And so what I used, if I remember correctly, was there was like a lot of different, there's a ton of different stuff I was playing back then. I just remember holding chokes on maps with certain loadouts. It was just so much cool. It was so much shit. It was so cool. The gameplay was dog shit though, dodge rolling nonstop while spamming. It was also way into being rude and loved nudity for some reason. I remember the game being weird, but I loved the gameplay of the idea that like I could load in and be, I want to heal my team this game, and then go into like an actual weapon screen and just go, yeah, I like the rocket launcher, but not that rocket launcher, the other type. And then instead of it like shooting enemies, it shoots my teammates, but then I want to take off the tracking part and then maybe so it doesn't blow up on impact, but I can like bounce it. It was like full open everything. It was so weird. All right, wait, someone linked something. Let me see if this is an actual. I need to find, want to find whatchamacallit. Wait. The Steam store page is good examples. I remember it had a non-stop roll spam. Or yeah, it did. It did. But the gameplay itself was fucking nuts. Actually, wait. Let me see. I think Loadout came far enough along that there are probably what's it called? More frag videos on the depths of YouTube. Nosgoth was also so fun. Dude, that's I remember who was that? Fucking Cool Matt played that game. All right, wait. Oh god, dude. I found this pretty average TF player playing on Lanky review his gameplay. A Siegel. Okay, dude. wait. The video he linked is actually good. Wait, I'm coming back. A fucking 2013, dude. I'll mute it in case of DMCAs. This is Loadout. Loadout actually had a shit ton of fucking gameplay going on. Like the actual like plays and shit. It had a shit ton of depth in the skill. It was weird. But you could see a lot of it's roll spamming, right? It has a decent amount of movement that made it actually hard to hit stuff. Was this the one with the syringe nanobot heals? Yeah. Also, I have him muted because of DMCA. I don't want to get DMCA'd for this guy. Yeah, this game was not bad. It was cool. And how advanced it was. I used SMGs a lot, I think, and I remember I used a few guns that specifically allowed me to track to heal teammates. Holy shit, he just rolled that guy. What year is this posted? 2013? Oh god, dude. This is the map I remember. Oh shit, that's weird. That's a weird throwback. Remember the desert stuff. There's also like CTF, yeah. It's a very cool game. I don't remember why it died or even why I stopped playing it necessarily myself. It's been forever. Is he not wearing pants? No, I don't think he was. Oh yeah, now he's pulling out the like you could. It's really hard to show off what loadout was without showing off how the customization worked. But you could change everything about your weapon. So like, you could have an LMG grenade launcher. You could have a healing grenade launcher, a healing SMG, like a healing lightning gun. Anything could be anything. You could customize anything you wanted. And so naturally, like meta stuff happened, but you could also do really like funny stuff. What? Well, I don't know what the fuck is happening on his music or audio right now, but it's some wild shit. If you want another great esport back in the day, a man you might know. Oh no, what is this? I feel, dude. One sec. I really miss loadout. Yeah, man. Oh my god, dude. It's him. It's Dante, chat. 2800 elo and build UHC. Dante.
I fucking hate Seagull.
The legend. June 2016. God Minecraft gamer Dante. You guys don't even know, dude. He was actually, I think, in the Minecraft scene. Weirdly enough, I think Dante was like a god tier Minecraft PvPer back in the day or something. And so like he was just well known for being an absolute god of Minecraft. And this is actually Dante from Overwatch. A lot of people don't know that, but it's kind of cool. He was super popular. Yeah. Fortnite 0.05. This is a Zoomer audience game, chat. I have no idea what the fuck is happening. So why didn't he play Fortnite then? Ugh. Wrong scene he went into? I don't know. I mean, chat, I don't think Minecraft like PvP is that big. Like, don't get me wrong, that Minecraft is huge, and all those like crazy Minecraft YouTubers are huge. I still cannot believe, by the way, that like, okay, there are people on the internet, on YouTube, who make easy 10 to 20 million a year, who do nothing but they have like an entire company designed with like 20 to 40 employees, right? And all they do is try to come up with new ideas to appeal to 12-year-olds playing Fortnite. Like, I snuck into the girl's house in my Minecraft server. Monka W, I found my wife's hidden Minecraft base, ... You know, stuff like that. And there's like, it's wild. And they actually make that much money off of it. And they have that many views on it. And they get like hundreds of millions of views a month. And it's just to appeal to, you know, like what is essentially like kids. And I remember seeing an interview with one of the YouTubers who was talking about it. And this was back before any of like the ad changes to YouTube and stuff like that. And he said something along the lines of like, yeah, like in terms of my demographics who watch our videos, like we're aiming for like 150 million views a month. But like, it's all like very business, right? And he goes, yeah, 12-year-olds are like old for my audience. Like the amount of people who watch Minecraft stuff, like 12-year-olds are considered old in that demographic. That's wild. I was like, holy shit. That's wild, man. To think that like if your audience, did you ever think like in your demographic of like Minecraft youngins, right? That you could appeal to a kid's audience by having Minecraft videos go out to the point where some of your oldest like demographic are like 12 to 15. Like that's wild. But yeah, anyway, that's more of just general YouTube stuff I find crazy. The idea that, you know, it's horrible is what it is. I mean, I don't know. They sit there and they print money. They just come up with forehead ideas to appeal to kids playing Minecraft. Like someone's going to do it. It's just, yeah, it's just weirdos, just kids. I don't know. Like my demographic chat is 18 to 25 or something. Probably actually that was a few years ago. Mine is probably 25 to 29 now. Right, we're old. We're all internet boomers now. Make a poll. Oh my god, dude. There's no way. We're not old. Dude. Prove it with science. Okay, what are the like the age ranges here, chat? If I make a poll, it's like, okay, where do we want to start it off at? Let me find out how to start this really quick. 18 to 40. So what? You do like 10 to 14. What? So what? Let's figure this out real quick. So you want like what? 14 to 18? 18 to 25, 25 to boomer? Okay. Here we go. Age of chat. I'm not, listen. Chat, we have to specifically make sure here real quick. I had to put the minimum age at 13, so if anyone accidentally clicked it and you don't get reported for being 12 on Twitch, you don't get banned. It sounds dumb, but it's important. Also, wait. I feel like 15 to 18 is a different bracket than 13 to 15. But are they all considered Zoomers? Yeah, they're Zoomers. We don't care. There's not many of them here anyway. Is this GDPR compliant? Oh my god, please don't. Listen, age of chat poll. Listen, here you go, chat, okay? Let's see how many of us are boomers in real time. All right, let's see how many wait. Let me, how do I load this up? Okay, dude. Okay. It's not looking good, chat. It's not looking good for our ages right now, okay? I'm being honest. The chat, you guys ready? Oops, wrong one. The chat, all I'm saying is it's not looking too good. It's really not looking too good. Okay. Holy fuck, we're really old. What's the breakdown? It's on the screen. It's right here. I'll blow that shit up for you. One sec. Chat, only 3% of your, and I think they're all lying. Oh my God, you guys can't see because you're old. Oh my God, your eyesight's going, isn't it, chat? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, chat. Don't worry. Let me blow this up for you real quick. Now, one sec. Let's blow this up even more. One sec. Let's cut off the sides and then can I enhance? Wait, I don't know if I can enhance that far. Shit, I just lost it. Wait, go back. Okay. Well, chat, a lot of you actually did vote on this one, you know, and I'm kind of impressed. I am legitimately impressed, chat. Like, you're older than I thought you were.
What is Siegel doing?
So, we had good voter turnout. And the results are in. Are really 28% of you 30 or older? I don't believe you. Wait, I'm almost 30. Ah! Okay, we're fine. It's fine here. Don't worry. Oh boy. You actually look like you're 40? Okay, dude. Okay, dude. All I'm saying is, chat, we've officially established that of let's see, what day is today? September 26th. On this day, chat was filled with boomers. And even if most of you, okay, I should have separated out 19 to 25, dude. I should have done like 16 to 20 and then like 20 to 25. All right, well, good job, chat room. We'll have the we'll have the bingo game set up for later tonight. All right, it'll be at in the community center, you know, in the Discord. Holy fuck. Can you check demographics and analytics or something? I mean, I probably could, but it's more fun to just ask.
Size of that thing.
Those are some prime high CPM ad rate ages.
Are they? I never thought of it quite like that. Discord literally played bingo last night. Wait, you guys did? And you guys had the bingo card for Overwatch League. Oh my God. You guys actually did. Oh, fuck. Well, we done good. You looking to, did you book my hip replacement yet? No, I mean, look. I don't know, man. Like, the internet's full of really weird places. And so I'm happy that I get to sit here and do weird shit on the internet and people still watch. For those that don't know, I actually recently hit my 6, like if I type in chat right now, right? And I look at my sub badge, it says 72 months. So in the last few days here, I've hit my 6-year mark on Twitch. So I think it's actually pretty normal for us to be getting older because most of my audience probably figured out I existed back in the day of Overwatch pro gaming, right? And so I guess it's, yeah, I don't know. Makes sense. It's just cool. So thanks, chat, for watching me for that long. Even though you're all old. Same as me. It's like you inspired a bunch of 12 to 25-year-olds 5 years ago. Yeah. And I barely, you know, yeah, it's weird. Now I just need to figure out what the fuck I'm doing for the next 5 years. Speak louder, son. I can't hear you. Shut up.
Look at the size of that thing.
Okay, Grandpa. Time to go Rocket Leap or whatever to bed and let the youngins go crank some 90s and watch our Marshmallow concerts. The future is now, old man.
Thank you, Diabeto Dan. It still feels like last year. I mean, it does, and I really hope Overwatch 2 is successful, so that way I can actually like go hard on an FPS game and just no life it again like the old days. It could be cool. I started watching you in college during early Overwatch beta. Since then, I got married and bought a house. I'm almost 27. Holy fuck! Look at this guy. He's got a house. God damn. That's some hard copium. Okay, going hard on a PvE FPS. I could play a lot. Don't worry, dude. It'll be fine. I have kids now, plural. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out. I can't believe it's been 5 years. Well, the crazy thing is it's been 6 years. And now I gotta figure out what I want to do for another 6 years. It's weird. I'm just kind of just rolling with it right now. I'm improvising. Wait, Boomer, here is Siegel. Oh, wait, Surefor playing Monday Night Combat. Hey, Boomer's in the chat. You guys remember Super Monday Night Combat? Wait. We're going in. I remember that game. I only played it a few times, but I had some friends who were like no-lifing it. Dude, this game owned. It was actually very in-depth. 480p, a true gamer. I remember I had a bunch of friends who were really addicted to this game back then. But I don't even know really what it was because I played it once or twice and then I stopped. This is original Monday Night Combat? I don't know. I don't know if I remember my friends played. I thought it was Super Monday Night Combat. Yeah, he's just owning. That guy has a Reddit tag. Oh no. He's just two-tapping everyone. He's just owning. There's an FPS MOBA. All right. Super was more of a MOBA. This is original. Okay, that's what I remember. I was like, this doesn't look like anything I remember because I remember the Super one. Your webcam has more pixels than the video. Well, I mean, I don't know. Well, I don't know what this game is, but it's old. What a game. Y'all know it's a boomer game and there's no TTV tag on their names. Chat, so I was playing Apex the other day. You know, most people now, when instead of whatchamacallit, they have TTV in their names, they no longer have TTV in their names, chat. They have TikTok. I shit you not. It's like actually most of the real Zoomers are advertising TikTok in their names now. Question marks? Yeah, dude. Guys, TikTok has been the meta for a long time now. I'm depressed now? Wait, why are you depressed? Okay. Chat, boomer. What? Look, why is that even worse? Okay, look. The TikTok viewership dwarfs Twitch? It does. Question mark, they can't even monetize it. They just want to get popular. They don't care. Listen. Oh no. Wait, how did so many of you just go question marks boomer not like this? Chat, TikTok is massively popular. It's Zoomer Vine. Yeah, exactly. All the Zoomers on TikTok. You saw the poll, you know how. True. Chat, don't worry. It's not our generation that's on TikTok, okay? Okay? It's a different, chat, okay. Here's what's going to happen now. Just for I wonder if I started taking some clips for, I would, let's rewind here. Back in 2018 to 2019, when TikTok first came to America, they were going to some agencies and those agencies contacted me and they asked if I wanted to be sponsored directly by TikTok in order to be to make a TikTok account and advertise TikTok back in the day. And I said, no, my audience would never like this. And I was like, this is going to be absurdly popular, but no, my audience wouldn't like this. So I declined the free monies and I said no and I walked away. But Dude, it is really funny now in retrospect to think how different some people would like. Imagine me taking some easy frag clips, dude. Take some old gameplay clips and post them to TikTok. I want to, yeah. I want to see this. Post Team Fortress 2 clips to TikTok and see how many views they get. Dude, that would be, dude, bring the fucking boomers to TikTok. That would have been so fucking funny. We'll call it boomer talk. All right. Upload some need some more anti-zoomer content on TikTok. Just take it over, man. I will download TikTok right now if you do this. TF2 YouTube shorts are surprising popular compared to what you might expect. Dude, of course. Okay. Is it really? What's the YouTube nope.avi. Okay, is it really surprising that YouTube shorts for TF2 would be popular when nope.avi has 13.5 million views since 2010?
Nope.
Still gets me. I love it, dude. It's just a classic, man. It's so stupid. It's just great. No, like shorts is in YouTube's equivalent to TikTok. Yeah, I know, but like what I'm saying is, you know, like just the meme power of TF2 has always been around for a million years. It just listen. If you guys want to revive TF2, all right, you got to just bring the TF2 memes into TikTok. That's the strat, right? In order to inspire a new generation, you must go to where the new generation resides, chat. In order to get as many views as possible, you must take over the TikTok. Honestly, though, it would work because if you think about it, chat, the best way to do it, if you think about it, Splitgate. Splitgate went from 100 players. How many more concurrents do they have still, by the way? Splitgate. Steam charts. Not even including consoles, I think. Splitgate still has 12,000 24-hour peak, 67k all-time peak. Before that, dude, they had 100 to 300 players on concurrent average. That's it. Since July 2019, they've been grinding for 2 years. And then they're like, we're going to launch, but then also we blew up on TikTok at the same time. And so immediately, boom, 67,000 players. They got like 100 million in investments. And they just rolled with it. It's awesome. So that's the power of the Zoomer audience, Jack. You never know. The world could be different. They had to upgrade their servers too. Yeah, they did. They really had to go hard on it. Their servers just died, like full exploded. I mean, obviously, I think there were like in total 4 or 5 people max working on Splitgate, and then they went from a couple hundred players to 67,000. And they're just like, what the fuck do we do? So they quickly raised $10 million in order to upgrade all their servers, and then they raised like another 100 million for the next like few years to like actually keep the game going. The gaming world is wild. Apex also blew up on TikTok. We're still waiting for the server upgrade though. Oh god, dude. I don't know what I would do if my 8-year-old nephew did a spy crab. Please no. Can you imagine? Holy fuck, there are so many old, dude. It would actually work. It would actually work. I'm telling you right now, it would work. Anyway, remember we're gonna play video games today? I've had more fun just sitting here talking about video games than I have about actually playing video games. Does anyone have ideas for what games we could be playing? I found a video of your first ever game. Okay. Okay, dude. You could finish Kana D2 Resurrected Boomer games. Doesn't the boomer audience make balloons view count even more interesting? I mentioned that yesterday. Chad, I got more viewers playing balloons than I did Apex Legends. I think it's because Apex is actually kind of boring unless I'm grinding ranks. But it's still funny. Do Kerbal Space Program. That's a disaster waiting to happen. 100%. All right, I'm installing it. Wait, give me a minute. I think I bought it. I did. When did I get this game? I don't even know when I bought it, dude. How big is this game? It's only 7 gigs? I mean, I'm down to try it for like an hour. I agree to sell my soul. Sure, why not? Let's go KSP. It's old as fuck. What did you just say? KSP release date. Oh my god, what the fuck? Is this real? I'm getting old. Let me check my hours on Xfire. I wish I still had my... I used to play every game on Xfire and I had the full breakdown of how many hours I had in each game. I still wish I had that. Don't let it set in. It's okay, guys. Kerbal Space Program 2 is releasing next year.
My elder brother's friend, 26 years old, knew that I played TF2, and messaged me to ask what Legend meant since his 12-years-old brother had been watching videos with it. The spy crab thing is entirely possible. We can take over the Zoomers.
Honestly, chat, there's a common theme on the internet that happens very often. You'll see this a lot if you spend any time online. Here's how it works. Especially on Reddit. There are bots that actively take old Reddit posts that had a lot of upvotes and will blindly repost them in order to farm like internet points and this and that. And they just blindly do that in order to sell the accounts, right? And so reposting in general is very, very good. Just because of the, let's put it this way. History repeats. Yeah. All I'm saying is, chat, these memes feel old to us because we saw them like 10 years ago. But the Zoomers weren't even born 10 years ago. You show them an old meme and it's fresh. It's time. All you have to do is, it's like you're actively cheating. You know all of the good memes because the memes have already happened. And the Zoomers, well, they're just bots. They don't know any better. They haven't seen any of them. So you just got to show all of your boomer memes back to back from TF2 days. And it's easy. All right, I'm loading this up.